Friday night Times protest took a lethal flip in Oakland. Two federal protective provider officers had been shot and injured, one died in a single day from gunshot wounds. Lots of protesters from around the Bay region met in Oakland to protest the death of George Floyd. A set of human beings broke into an Oakland Goal on Broadway, and went through the store smashing windows and grabbing objects. The protest in Oakland began at 8 p.m. Friday evening. Some protesters met at City Corridor. Speedy the group grew in size from some hundred to thousands overnight. A Mercedes-Benz dealership became vandalized and set on fireplace, a car was set on fire, and other motors were tagged with slurs targeting regulation enforcement. Snapshots pouring in from social media show a various mix of humans out on the streets, chanting terms inclusive of "Black Lives Be Counted" and "I'm able to breath." At some point via the protest, police were visible through those in attendance the use of some procedures in opposition to the protesters. Additionally, these protests ended up on the I-880 limited access highway in Oakland. A few reports stated that the Bay Bridge turned into even shut down for a while because of protest. Right here are some numbers from Oakland police. 60 looters had been detained, 22 arrests had been made, 13 officials had been injured in Oakland, 2 federal protective provider officials were shot. In accordance to police, 1 alas has died. The Oakland police chief mentioned the chaos erupting in a single day. "We've had demonstrations remaining nighttime, and they commenced out peacefully, and we stood with our community right here inside the town of Oakland to offer safe spaces and respectful spaces for our demonstrators. What we noticed in a while within the nighttime grew to become violent and disruptive, and we want to name on all of us who would come to Oakland and stand with us to appreciate the reminiscence of George Floyd and the community, to make sure that they are non-violent and respectful to the metropolis of Oakland, and especially our downtown corporations that have been suffering because the pandemic commenced. We thank all the mutual useful resource and other company partners that have helped us tonight, but as we visible throughout the U.S. we noticed harm and destruction right here within the metropolis. We are able to be again at it the next day. We stand with our network, and we need to make sure that everybody that comes to the town of Oakland is non-violent and respectful," Chief Susan Manheimer said. A few protesters say their message changed into now not considered one of violence, even though we noticed it, but it changed into to bring a message that human beings are exhausted of these varieties of police killings of black men. The research into that officer that turned into shot and killed keeps